Hello everyone, and welcome to the episode 4 of Solo Leveling Season 2. In the last episode, we see that Jinwoo defeated the dungeon boss, and everyone was ready to leave the dungeon safely. And now, the 4th episode with everyone leaving the dungeon. However, Yoongo is thinking about Kim Chol's success in beating the dungeon boss. Slowly, everyone exits including Jinwoo, but Yoongo and others are surprised to see that only low-rank hunters survived. Then Jinwoo says he's tired and wants to go home, but Yoongo stops him to ask what happened inside the dungeon. But Jinwoo refuses to answer and tells Yoongo to ask his guild members instead. This makes Yoongo angry and he tries to order Jinwoo, as he lost 9 of his guild members. But Jinwoo tells him he should be thankful for saving the 3 people who made it out. Then Yoongo apologizes to Jinwoo, and Jinwoo leaves with Song Yi. Then Yoongo asks Jin about Jinwoo. Who is he? And why is he upset? Jin starts to explain, but Jong-soo interrupts, saying Jinwoo is probably just tired and he isn't a bad person. Then Yoongo asks Jong-soo if they should try to recruit Jinwoo to their team. Wait, everyone. Before we continue, if you haven't watched the previous episode, check out the link to all episodes in the description box. Now, let's move on. While going home, Jinwoo remembers the time when he couldn't extract Baruka's shadow and thinks it might be because of their power difference. But he is glad that he managed to get Baruka's weapon. Jinwoo then stops the car to drop off Song Yi. Meanwhile, Jinwoo is thinking about starting a raid with Jin-ho today. The next day, Jin-ho arrives at Jinwoo's home to pick him up. As they head to the new dungeon, Jinwoo calls Song Yi to come out since he's picking her up. Hearing this, Jin-ho wonders if Jinwoo and Song Yi have a deep relationship. When they reach Song Yi's home, Jin-ho asks if he should call Song Yi his sister-in-law, but this surprises Jinwoo. Then he explains that she is just a friend of his sister. After that, Song Yi gets in the van and greets Jin-ho with a good morning. Jinwoo and Song Yi start talking about how they couldn't sleep last night and are both tired. This shocks Jin-ho, who then tells Jinwoo that Song Yi is a minor. When Jinwoo asks why he said that, Jin-ho changes the subject and says never mind. They hurry toward the dungeon, where Jinwoo calls his shadow army to defeat the enemies inside. But Jin-ho got shocked and asks, "What is this?" Jinwoo explains him that it's his skill to summon these shadows for help. Jin-ho is amazed by Jinwoo's skill, but Jinwoo says he can't explain it fully right now. After defeating all the enemies, the Shadow Army starts collecting crystals. Jin-ho asks if he can at least collect crystals because the Shadow Army took over his task. The next day, they finish all 19 raids as promised. Meanwhile, somewhere in the eastern United States, in a rank dungeon, a rank hunter named James is scared to see a human-like monster. This monster walks towards James and says, "Don't worry, I didn't kill any hunters, as I just knocked them down. And I'm not a monster. I'm a human from Korea and need to go home." But wait, who is this human trapped in the dungeon? Then the scene switches to Jinwoo and Jin-ho eating together. Jinwoo asks Jin-ho what he plans to do now as the 19 raids are over. Jin-ho replies that he'll get a guild license after finishing a simple paper exam. Next, we see a key in Jinwoo's hand that can open the door to the demon castle. Jinwoo asks, "What am I to you?" Jin-ho gets emotional and says he has an older brother who doesn't like him and never spends time with him. And when Jinwoo saved his life, Jin-ho started seeing Jinwoo as more of a brother than his real brother. Jinwoo replies him that he also considers him as younger brother too. This makes Jin-ho emotional. However, Yoongo is still wondering why low-ranked hunters survived while high-ranked hunters didn't. And he also heard that someone helped Jinwoo during the fight, but couldn't find any evidence. While he's thinking, Byung-gu calls him about a Red Gate dungeon that opened on Jeju Island 4 years ago. After 3 failed operations, the government gave up on Jeju Island, which is now overrun with ants. And now, they just got alarming news that these ants can fly and might spread across Korea. Also, some ants with wings were found on Japan's coast, suggesting a mutation. Then the scene shifts to Jinwoo's house, where he is planning for a trip. His sister asks why he's going on the sudden trip. After leaving, Jinwoo reaches a building and uses a key to open the door to the demon castle, as seen before. But inside the castle, he can't sense any monsters, and then he gets a quest to collect the souls of demons in the demon castle. As Jinwoo moves forward, he got surprised to see that the dungeon is like a whole city, from where he have to collect 10,000 demon souls. Suddenly, some weak monsters appear in front of him. Jinwoo quickly attacks and defeats them. Now at a Korean restaurant, Jin-ho is talking to his dad about managing the Yu-Jin Guild. But Jin-ho's dad is looking deeply at Jin-ho's guildmaster license and raid records. Jin-ho thinks his dad is having a hard time deciding between him and his brother. Then, Jin-ho's dad says there's someone Jin-ho should meet, and then he invites Myung-hwan, a survivor of the recent White Tiger Red Gate incident. Jin-ho asks why Myung-hwan is here and hiding from the media. Myung-hwan says that inside the Red Gate dungeon, there was a high school girl hunter named Song-yi and a guy named Jinwoo. Now, Jin-ho understands why Myung-hwan is here and realizes that he isn't the only one who knows Jinwoo's secret, and it's time for him to negotiate with his dad about the guild. Jin-ho's dad tells him that he knows that Jin-ho got help from Jinwoo to get his guild license, but Jin-ho still asks to lead the Yu-Jin Guild. His dad agrees, but at one cost if he can bring Jinwoo to the guild. Jin-ho promises to try. Then Jin-ho's dad tells that he had tried to get 2S rank hunters to join the guild, but failed. And now, he is looking forward to work with Jinwoo. However, inside the castle, Jinwoo has collected 309 demon souls, but he still has a long way to go. The 4th episode ends here, and the story will continue in the next episode. Meanwhile, check out other anime videos on our channel, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe.